Hey, everybody. I wanted to take a couple of minutes today to sort of review this NAR settlement and sort of what it means for all of us here at Realty One Revolution, but then also put some fears at ease. I've spent the weekend in the last couple of days to talking to other brokers, reading tons of articles, listening to what people said, and I think about 90% of it is just kind of hoopla. But let's talk about it a little bit. So first of all, let's take a little bit of time, breathe. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of different things that are going to come out in the next probably 3, 4, 5 months. But a couple of things just right off the top. One, NAR has never set our commissions. They never set my commissions. I've never received a letter or an email from them telling I'm going to need to charge X, Y, or Z. And the second thing is buyers agents are not going away. So everybody needs all of our help collectively as realtors and members of NAR to kind of put the word out there to the public that what they're hearing on CNN or whatever online is probably not 100% accurate. First of all, they never set the commissions at anything. And two, buyers agents aren't going away. So let's just start there and work our way down. But a couple of other things I wanted to talk about. So hopefully, I hope this lead. There's going to be some good, bad, and some indifferent part of it. And at the end of this, I'll get to who I think this helps and hurts the most. But right off the bat, I hope that this leads to a decoupling of our MLS from NAR. I think it's a crock of you know what that everybody is required to be an NAR member that is a member of our local MLS. Second of all, there's never been a requirement for sellers to provide buyer's agent commission in our MLS for the 20 years that I've been doing this. The BA blank can be left blank. You can put in there $10. You can put in there 10,000. You can put in there 10%, 1%, whatever. There's never been a requirement to offer buyer's agents any commissions. Uh, Likely, there's also never been a requirement for sellers to pay 5 or 6%. They could have always done for sale by owner. That's not changing anything here at all. So I also believe that if the MLS doesn't want us to be offering the commissions in MLS like we currently are under the buyer agent, box, then it's just going to get fired up in the agent remarks field as sellers offering, 1%, 2%, 3%. So couple of things just to highlight here. One, commission compression has been coming for this industry for the last 10 years. That's nothing new. By the end of the decade, it'll be different than it was 10 years earlier, 100%. This does not change that at all. But also the second part of this is that I can't think in my almost 20 years of doing this and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of houses I've sold, I can't think of one instance where it didn't benefit the seller to offer all the 20,000 buyers agents that are in our MLS to bring their buyers to their house. I can't think of one instance where that didn't uh, help the seller get the highest price, get multiple offers, sell their house quicker, get the terms that they wanted, and get the liquidity that they needed from an efficient housing market. So I don't think buyers agents are going away because to me, it still benefits the seller to offer buyers agents a commission to bring their clients. That's what this has always been inherently. I can't think of an instance where that doesn't still apply even now. I use the analogy of fishing without bait or without any sort of lure. Imagine if you're out fishing off a boat and you just put a hook in the water, which is what essentially a for sale by owner is, or putting just your house on the MLS without offering any incentive for anybody to bite on the hook. You're gonna have a hard day of fishing if you're just putting hooks in the water without any lures or any way to get people onto the actual bait. So I don't think that changes anything there. And then let's talk a little bit about who this helps and hurts the most. So to me, it probably hurts the most of the old traditional Allen Tate, Helen Adams, those kind of firms that have high commission splits. Because anytime there's commission compression coming for an industry, the old guard that refuses to change is always going to be, the first ones usually to get their heads chopped off. I don't think there's anything different about that here. The old guns that have been sticking with this 6% over the last 5 years, even though the market in Charlotte is clearly not a 6% market, nor is it across the country anymore. But those people that are sticking and holding on to that, I think they're gonna get left in the dust. The second thing I think that hurts is these mega teams that are spending tens of thousands of dollars a month buying buyer leads from Zillow. I think that's going to be a much tougher business model to see prove out, especially if you're having to justify, why you're paying Zillow for all the leads, and then also the commission to the buyers on the other end. But I definitely think it helps people like us at Realty One with a 100% commission model and low transaction fees. You can be as negotiable as you want to with your buyers. I think it ends up sort of shaking out where the sellers are going to offer some commission, and the buyers may end up having to pay some of that commission too, sort of like some of us have been doing with like a Ryan Homes in the past, where we get some commission from the seller, some commission from the buyer, which to me seems sort of like an equitable distribution of how this all get pans out in the end. Again, I don't think it really hurts. I think it actually helps people like us that have chosen to be at lower commission model businesses like Realty One is. So I think net is probably a benefit for people like us who can be more nimble, more agile, and certainly more negotiable with our commission and make a higher percentage of that on the back end because the firm's not taking as much. So I want to cut the video short here now. I mean, there's a lot more to talk about this. I think I'm also going to do the April 1st mastermind group as a Q&A about this. I'm also going to forward you guys what Realty One Group corporate has sent out about this, but we're going to learn a lot more data about this over the next coming weeks and months. But the things to remember is that one, buyer's agency is not going anywhere. It's still going to be here. And two is that the NAR never did set the commissions. They didn't last week. They won't next week. That is going to be up to the market in negotiating between the buyers and sellers, as it technically has always been in the past. So, open for any of your questions. Feel free to email or respond back to this video if you have specific questions. And as we get more details, we'll be able to push it out to you guys in the future. All right. Talk to you soon. Cheers.